This conference
Subcommittee,
will now be recorded.
the Housatonic Greenway Complete Streets Subcommittee is meeting on September 7th, 2022. Good day, this is Harold Watson, Committee Chairman for the Housatonic Greenway Complete Streets Subcommittee. Due to the current we are conducting this regular monthly meeting on gotomeetings.com on Wednesday, September 7th, 2022. I will now call on the following members to speak if present. Karen Burke.
Here.
Tom Dillon.
Here.
Ellen Frayne is not here. Christopher Green is here. Nels Pearson is here. George Perman? No. Jennifer Sheldon, I think I saw her. Correct?
No.
No. James Simon, I see, is here. Harold Watson is here. And Sarah Graham is here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 members. In addition, do we have Brian Sturbis here? Do we have Joseph Garrix? Do we have Karen Rodia? Do we have John Staley? No, but we do have our town planner, Smith Atata, and we have Aileen Marsh, our recording secretary. And is John Casey here today? No. Okay. Anybody I missed? Hearing that, I will call the meeting to order. I'd like to remind everybody to raise their hand if they'd like to be recognized, wait to be recognized. And if you are not one of our members, please send me a note in chat if you have something to say. Please identify yourself by name and each time you'd like to speak, as we are being recorded. With that said, I call to order this regular session of the Stratford Housatonic Greenway Complete Streets Subcommittee of Planning. The first item on our published agenda is I need to open the meeting first. Anybody? I declare this meeting open. Someone seconded. Sarah seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? We're cool then. Okay, let's continue on. I'm trying to hurry so that we have time for Susmitha to speak before she has to leave. That gives Susmitha, it's 12:09. I'm going to jump as soon as we can to the agenda. I just did call to order. Let us okay the last minutes after Susmitha gives her update on phase 1, if that's possible. And before she goes, I want to ask her one question, Susmitha.
I will be here for 40 minutes, Harold. It's fine.
Okay.
You can go with that.
I want to ask you about the grant that you were working on, bicycling communities, and see if we can help still on that. Anyhow, can we do an approval of the meetings then, of the last minutes? Did we get the last minutes?
Seconded.
Okay, second someone? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, we're cool on that. Now we're going to go down to number 3, our Greenway phase 1. It says phase 2 status, and number 4. I'm going to combine these two. Our complete streets phase 1 status. I'm going to open the floor for Susmitha to give us an update on that.
Sure. Thank you, Chairman. Unfortunately, my audio and video are not working on my computer, and I don't know why.
But we hear you. You're fine on the audio.
So we did receive District 3 acceptance for Complete Streets Phase 1. We are proceeding with the bidding of the project. We would like to coordinate this with the Phase 2 Greenway bidding. Consultant Rob Newton with BSC Group was supposed to come to Stratford yesterday and do a site tour with me and John Casey, just to field check everything's in order for Greenway Phase 2. Unfortunately, due to the rain, we could not proceed, so we postponed our tour to next week. I think it's next Tuesday. So we are going to walk the route and make sure that the drawings depict everything that we would like to see on ground, and the information is still current. And John Casey asked him to wait on the Complete Streets bidding because he wanted to do bidding of both projects together. so that we can hire a contractor that can do both phase one complete streets and phase two Greenway together. Hopefully the construction and will start early next year, like implementation. There's no digging of the ground, obviously, but implementation will be in spring next year, likely to finish by June, which is good news for Stratford. Yes. And we also are, as you know, Harold Watson was also part of the selection committee for Greenway phase I get confused with this, for complete
Phase
street
one.
phase two,
Oh,
from
phase
Barnum
two
Avenue to Paradise
design.
Green. Yes. So we did choose BSC Group as the consultant for that project also. And MetroCog, our Regional Council of Governments staff, they are putting together project documentation so that we can proceed with the planning process for the complete streets phase two
So
from
Smith,
Barnum
may I
Avenue to Paradise.
May I comment in the middle of this? I just want all of the Greenway committee to know that we were really tough on BSC and we asked them tough questions from the town, engineer, planning, zoning, and myself. We really weren't, we gave them tough questions. And the problems that we've been having are mostly attributable to the DOT and COVID. So I'll just let it stand as there. So we're hopefully moving forward with someone with a lot of knowledge about phase one so that phase two should go very quickly in terms of permits with DOT. Sorry, Susmitha.
That's it. That is the update for both projects, and it looks like great progress underway. We have two projects that will be starting implementation pretty soon, which is phase one, complete streets and Greenway phase two. We have one project in planning stage, which is going to kickstart pretty soon, which is complete streets phase two. And then we also are working on our town plan of conservation and development update currently. Sarah Graham is one of the members on the planning commission who is leading this process along with her fellow commissioners. And we invited everybody on the Greenway committee to meet with the traffic authority and Greater Bridgeport Transit staff to discuss multimodal transportation options in the town and the vision for transportation in the town for the next decade. The
Now,
dates
may
and
I,
time
may I
that was
add to
spent.
that, Susmitha? May I
Yes.
add to that because it's really critical. Anybody on the Greenway committee needs to go and look at the existing POCD. They also need to go and look at the Greenway document from, I think it's 208 maybe, or it could be, it's a decade old at least, but that was the basis for our last POCD. So you need to go and look at the existing POCD. It's a long document. You can't really download it, but you can look at it on a computer screen. So please, before we have this meeting, go with the information that you need to know, because what's going to be critical for the people rewriting the POCD is how much of the existing documentation in the current POCD still carries over, and where have we come up with some changes, because we have changed some things. The Greenway no longer runs on King Street. There are things that have changed that need to be addressed in some way. But what I'm really interested in seeing us do is make sure that we talk about the networking and the connection to schools all across the town in terms of what we're looking for, and also that we keep ourselves tied into the resiliency document, where they really paid a lot of attention to the concept of greenways as a part of the mitigation of diking and flooding planning. Sorry, Susmitha, I won't try to interrupt you again. Go ahead.
That's okay. Aileen, can you make me the presenter? I think she's the organizer. I'm trying to see if I can be made the presenter so I can share the screen. No. Who is the organizer is Aileen, right?
Aileen is the organizer.
Okay. I'm trying to see